In spite of so-called Christian influence for centuries in Central and South America, Spiritism continues as a strong influence for many Central and South American people. Many confess to be Christians, but practice the beliefs of Spiritism and Shamanism. Recently, greater religious freedom has provided opportunities for many to know Christ. Today, there has been a rapid growth and maturation of vision for missions, which has sparked numerous initiatives to the unreached. In the 21 countries in Central and South America, 107 least reached peoples remain. More than 46 of these groups are located in Brazil. One of them is the Yanomamo, an indigenous shamanist group. The Yanomamo live on the border of Brazil and Venezuela. Listen to the work of God in this story of B, a Yanomamo man. My father was a shaman. His father was a shaman. The spirits chose me to follow my forefathers as a shaman. As I entered manhood, my training began. I went many days alone and without food. Finally, my master blew special drugs into my nose and began to lead me into the world of the spirits. First, my master showed me many play spirits who helped me get used to the spirit world. We are told to ignore them. They are for children and for playing. Then I saw two spirits come toward me. My master told me not to be afraid, but to let the spirits come. They built a house inside my chest where many more spirits came to live. The goal of a shaman is to house so many spirits that no light can shine in. We all knew about the greatest of all spirits. We called him Yaiwananabalaya, meaning great unfriendly spirit. We knew about his beautiful land where his beings constantly made noise to him. And we knew about Shobatiwaka, too, the lake of fire. If you are a stingy person, you go to Shobatiwaka after you die. Still, we wanted to know more about this spirit. When I became older, I made a very long trip to a village where there were some foreigners. One of them tried to tell me about the spirit world. He said something that I have never forgotten to this day. He said the greatest of all the spirits loved me. When he said that, a strange new feeling went all the way through me. The Great Spirit, the creator of all the spirits, loves me? What an amazing thing for him to say. Every spirit in my chest shook with fear when he said that. Later, that same man moved to my village. This foreigner showed me love. One day he put his arm around me and told me more about the Great Spirit and about the son he sent to become a Yanomamo to show us the way to his beautiful land. That feeling came to me again, and my spirits made a great fuss inside my chest. I liked to listen to him talk about the Great Spirit. I explained to him that this spirit was our enemy, an unfriendly spirit, but he told me that he wasn't our enemy, that he loved Yanomamo people. Then he said, "You only think he's your enemy because your spirits hate him. He's their enemy. He's your friend." It would take me much time to think through these strange thoughts, and whenever I thought about it, every spirit inside me shook again with fear. They would say, "Please, Father, don't throw us away." This fight went on in my chest for a long time. Then one day the chief of all our spirits came to me to win me back to his side. I was entranced by his beauty and power, and I said, "This is what I've always wanted." Then a great light, whiter than the sun, hit us both. Something grabbed me and a voice said, "You can't have him, he's mine." It was the greatest of all spirits. I will never forget the look of fear on our chief's face when he ran off into the jungle. All the rest of my spirits ran too. From that time, I have been following Jesus. Nothing has been the same in my life since I began following the true Spirit. God is working in the Yanomamo people. Joshua Project records there has been a new church plant among the Yanomamo within the last 2 years, and there is a missions agency working with them. Still, the Yanomamo are only less than 1% evangelical believers, making them one of the least reached groups of Central and South America. Let us now pray together for B, his people the Yanomamo, and the other 104 least reached people groups of this region. Request that God remove competition and impart a sense of cooperation in every believer, that we join hands with him and one another to complete the task of reaching every no-choice people. Ask God that every new believer would exercise the gifts he has given them to encourage other believers and to share the gospel with others who have not heard, being a disciple of Jesus and making other disciples. Pray for God to speed the word to every least reached people group in their own language so they can grow through their own reading. Just as God delivered B from the domination of spirits, pray for God to set free all those held captive to fear of these spirits and to come into the freedom of relationship with Jesus. Pray for God to place righteous leaders in power that rule justly, and for God to give favor to believers trying to minister, that they may live quiet lives in all godliness and see His kingdom coming on earth in their own communities and nations.